Yeah, so hello and a very good morning to one and all present here. This is Ayush from schoolconnects.in and I welcome you all to this informative session on how parents can help in child's brain development. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce our speaker for today, Mr. George Matthew. George Matthew is a student counselor and parent coach, and he is also the author of the book Making of a Parent. He is a certified psychological counselor BCS from IIPR Bangalore and a parent of two children who are 22 and 16 at present and still learning from them. He believes helping the parents in the beautiful parental journey is the best contribution in building a strong next generation. George also conducts parenting workshops and seminars and individual student counseling and parent coaching. We are glad to have Mr. George as a speaker for today's webinar. Parents, all of you will be on mute for the entire session. You can type in your queries on the chat window below and it will be answered by George. And an important announcement, the School Connects is proud to launch a kindergarten worksheets for pre-KG, LKG and UKG syllabus for as low as ₹1 per worksheet. To know more about the worksheet and the purchase options, visit our site www.schoolconnects.in to know more about the worksheets. Thank you for joining us, Mr. George. Over to you.
Hi, good morning. Good morning to one and all in the webinar. And I can see a lot of parents joining. It's a really immense pleasure to talk to each one of you, even though we are speaking over webinar or internet. I am talking to you personally. I would like you to take it as a personal conversation with me, because that will give you the maximum benefit. In case I have a opportunity to do that, I will do that. But having the technology as a platform where we can benefit from, we can reach out to many of you at a time, we are using this. But it's a great opportunity. Thank you for School Connect to do this activity. So, good morning, friends. Welcome to the Go Genius Conquer the World Masterclass series. In this webinar, we will discuss about how parents can help in child's brain development. I truly believe that every child in this world is capable of conquering the world. They can be a C.V. Raman, Aryabhatta, Ramanujam, Abdul Kalam, Chandrasekhar, anybody. And also I believe that, our human brains has got so much of capacity, and compared to our body, it developed much faster. So if you are able to give a proper environment, each child can be developed to the full potential, and we can have so many C.V. Ramans and so many Abdul Kalam and so many Chandrasekhars in our country. So who can do this? Who can create that environment? They are the parents. So that's the reason the part of the parent is so critical in creating a generation of people. So let us look at it, in detail, how we can do that, how we can help the parents to do that. So thanks Ayush for introducing me. Thank you so much. And I, as he already mentioned, so I do a lot of things related to the parenting at present. But before this, I was by education, I'm an engineer, and I worked 25 plus years in IT and telecom industry all over the world, and worked with 30 plus nationalities. And I was fortunate to interact with one of the best public school system in the world. That is the school system in Switzerland, where we were, few years we were living, and my son went into the public school system. And what I like the best about the school system there was, the parents are the integral part of the schooling system. So what does it mean? As the child grows, the parent also grow along with the child, because there were instances the parents need to prove their mental abilities in the parent teacher meetings. So basically it will make you of a, as your child grows, as you are also will be growing in your capacities. So definitely that will help you in guiding your children. But unfortunately in our country it is not possible at present. So definitely that is the that can career. Why I choose this area is also because of that, because I had seen a lot of parents in IT field struggling with their parenting responsibilities. It is very important to make sure that the parents have the enough knowledge and the skills to handle the children, so that they will be able to get a better life in the future. Okay, so let's think about how do we learn things. We can learn things in two ways. You can learn things in an incremental way or transformational way. So when I talk about the incremental way and transformational way, what I can tell you is, it is like you want to go from a ground floor to the 10th floor of a building. So either you can take steps or you can take a lift. So definitely the views from the ground floor and the 10th floor are totally different. So see, if you are taking an incremental step, or you are taking a steps to reach the 10th floor, but definitely you can reach there. But definitely by the time you reach there, you lost your energy, you lost your time, and lost your lot of things which could have happened if you had taken a elevator. So transformational changes are basically you are taking a lift from where you are today to where you want to be. So if you want to make that kind of a changes, definitely you need to invest certain things: the time, energy, commitment, and money. So time, you are you are here, that means you are ready to spend the time. Let us use that time most effectively. Hope you have that the worksheet I shared with people. So otherwise, please have a notebook, a lot of notes, you can take it. And you need energy. So definitely, if you want to learn anything, you need energy. So if you are a little bit on a Saturday morning, you are a bit relaxed, tired, and if you want to get a glass of water, please do that. Make sure that you are in real good energy, because what you are going to see from now onwards is going to take you from the ground floor to the 10th floor, because all this go genius conquer the world mind. The classes are basically for the transformational changes. So you are here means you are committed to your growth. Your parenting is, we will see what the difference you are committed for taking your journey further at a higher level. Thanks for for your commitment. Money, definitely, all those things required organizing everything need money, but definitely thanks School Connect, and it is a gift from my side for you. definitely what I expect from in return is a feedback on this program at the end of the webinar. Now let us look at this. See, the market all over the world, today's personal development industry is around 10 billion US dollars. Do you know what is a personal development industry will do? If you have a problem in your problem could be with your health, wealth, or relationship. If you take anything in your life, you can list it under any one of this bucket. So if you have a problem, that's the reason that you are not able to move ahead. So the personal development coaches, what they will do, they will help you fine tune the traits which are not enabling you to move ahead. So not even skills, they are not going to teach you any additional skills. So what are the traits? Traits are nothing but your personal quality, either where you want to contribute in your life. So at the end of this personal development programs, you can always hear that all these issues with your are basically because of certain experiences 6 years. So who are the people with a 0 to 6 year old child? They are the parents. So it is really important to know what should be done, what should not be done, what can improve the chances for a child to succeed in this world. So it is not a small thing. Think about the 10 billion US dollar business. They are all working on the mistakes parents are doing at a younger age. So the second reason, see what you are seeing on the screen, this picture is not from a science fiction movie. This is actually happening today. Suppose if you want to get an entry-level job today, you need to go and do multiple computer-based tests. Basically, the information collected in the computer, it will test you whether you are capable, you have the ability to do certain kind of jobs, your attitudes, everything. And as per the research, in another 10 to 12 years, that is 2030, by 2030, most of the skills and jobs today are not going to exist anymore. And we will have entire activities will be taken over by either through automation or autonomous systems. So when you're today, what you are doing, the computer-based test is a automation activity. Autonomous systems are like Alexa. It's the just beginning of autonomous systems or driverless cars. So all these skills, whatever people are having today, are not going to be valid by 2030. That's a prediction. So what is left out? So what you need to do, you need to compete with the computer. Whatever computer cannot do it, you should be able to do it. So what are those skills? From where the skill will come? So it is very important to, you have to take it quite seriously. It is about our survival of our next generation to have a good life. So this is something serious business. So I want you to take, full attention. Please take notes. there are a lot of things we will be doing, only a small portion of the, the gamut of things we have to take care. Definitely, whatever time you are here, I will make sure that you get benefited. So, having said this, these changes were happening all through our life. Not only from today till 2030. No, it was happening from 1980 now till now. So when I went into college or engineering college, I never knew what kind of jobs I will be doing. Even my parents could not imagine. It was not, actually it is not about, whether you are able to see what will happen in the future. It is all about your brain, whether your child is have enough capacity, whether that your brain is trained enough to handle any situation. So those are not same as what you learn in schools or colleges. They are the skills. What are the skills? Skills are basically the basic requirement for doing a particular job. Like if you're trained for a teacher job, you are good in doing it. If you are an engineer, you are doing an engineering job. You are a designer, you are good in designing job. But when this particular, the skill is not required anymore, what is left? It is our brain. And who can help you in this, in the development of the brain? Only parents. Because as we go furthest slides, you can see that what I am talking. So if you want some celebrity endorsement, you can see that Miss World 2017, Manishi Chillar, when she was asked the final question before crowning, which profession deserves the highest salary, she said, mother deserves the highest salary. So it is the parents. It doesn't matter, what profession, where you are, your parents' influence are always there. And whatever you do today for you, they are going to get benefited. You may not see those, the effects today. In my book, I had mentioned about a Chinese bamboo tree. You plant a Chinese bamboo tree for 5 years. You pour water, put nourishment, everything. Nothing happens. Then the bamboo tree just grows. You will not even imagine the way it will grow. The children are like that. So I had explained in my book. If you had a chance to look at the book, you can see that, the story. Okay. So this is my favorite slide, actually. One second. Okay. Because, see, parenting will not discriminate you in any way. Whether you are educated, uneducated, poor, rich, any religion, your parenting responsibilities are always same. See, and no other parent can do that for your child, because your child carries a lot of things from you. And irrespective of whatever or wherever you are, every parent need to go through these stages. These 4 stages, no parent can skip. I know that some of the parents will get stuck in some of the stages, and they really struggle to move ahead. But definitely everyone need to go through it. So let's each stage. The first stage is unconsciously incompetent parent. So this stage is nothing but, how much ever you read or how much ever you understand, listen to the people, until you have a child, you are not a parent. You are incompetent until you have a child, either by biologically or adopted. You need to have a child. You need to have the proximity of the child. So the next stage is consciously incompetent parent. So what happens once you have a child? And I like this stage very well. I like this stage very much because you are aware about, you don't know many things about the parenting. You start learning and you are open to learning, and you start asking people what to do. So basically this stage is also called what stage. You don't know what to do. So you will keep asking people that what I should do it. If this is happening, what I should do it. Definitely this is a starting point. Please keep asking people, keep learning, what you have to do as a parent. The next stage is unconsciously competent parent. So at this stage, you are already learned the, tricks of the trade, parenting, you can, I don't know whether I should describe like that, but, you know a lot of things. You might have learned something from your parents, or you might have read something, or you have some sense that, okay, this is the way I should bring up my child. So this state is, I would say, it's slightly dangerous state, because as we go through, go ahead, we will see it, why this stage is a bit dangerous, because at this stage you will be using the part of the brain which basically make you do things much faster, without effortlessly you want to do things. So when you are unconsciously competent, you know what to do actually, but you may not be knowing how to do it. You may not be sure that, if I do things in a certain way, whether how it will affect the child, what would be the result. You may not be, you will be doing, trying it out. But the dangerous part here is, see, lot of, thoughts or your learnings are not really right. Or you might have heard from a friend, you might have certain habits or certain way of handling the children are passed on through your generations, because your parents did this way, so I will also do the same way. That may not be the right way. So you need to be careful about this stage. So the next stage is consciously competent parent. If you are one who is following my Facebook posts and all, I had mentioned about this CCP, consciously competent parent. So basically, okay, the earlier stage is called how stage. Okay, now we are coming to the next stage. This stage is called why stage, because in a consciously competent parent will be able to know how to do the things. He or she will be able to, father or mother will be able to know, what is good for my child. But the problem is, suppose somebody asks you, why are you doing that? You may not be able to explain why you are doing that. So it is okay when the child is small. But when the child is bit grown up, when they reach the adolescent, teenage age, they will start asking you questions. Why are you doing this? at the stage, a lot of parents, fail to answer these questions. And it get into a lot of trouble, a lot of, the struggle, who knows more. So basically, this stage is called why stage. Definitely you will be knowing certain whys, but you may not be knowing all the whys. But if you are open to, you don't know certain things, this is an opportunity for you to learn more things. So definitely you are all here. I know that you are all, consciously competent parents, want to know more and why you are doing certain things. Welcome, this is the right place. Thank you for joining. Okay, we have already talked about what stage, how stage, and why stage. Okay. So coming back to our topic, brain development. If you compare the development of a brain with respect to body, you can see for a 5-year-old child, the body is around 30% developed, but the brain is already developed around 80%. So this is actually a good news as well as bad news, because good news is that parents, you have time to contribute in the body development till age of 20-21. Definitely brain also will be developing to certain extent. Majority of the development happens in the early ages. So it is important for you to contribute in your child's brain at the early ages so that they will be able to get the benefit of that. Okay, this is quite interesting picture. So since the neuroscience is not a topic we discuss every day in our homes, so I thought I will give you some idea about how our brain works. Ayush, could you mute it? Ayush, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's clear now.
Okay. Thank you. So this is basically shows that that the brain can be broadly divided into 3 areas: reptilian brain, midbrain, and neocortex. So as per the evolutionary theory, the reptilian brain developed around 400 million years back. So the function of the reptilian brain is it takes care of the survival of our species. It is like if you are into a dangerous situation, it will make you that responses suitable for the situation, whether you fight with the situation or run away from that situation or face. And also it basically help you in your body functions, the autonomous functions of the body, like heartbeat, breathing, digestion, all kind of stuff. And the second portion is the midbrain. Midbrain is also called limbic brain. And basically this brain developed around 250 million years back. So this happened along with the development of the evolution of the mammals. So it is also called the mammalian brain. And this is the seat of emotions, permanent memory, coordination, a lot of things. So actually this part of the brain is very, very useful, very, very efficient actually. Why do I say it is efficient? This is the place where you can do things very quickly, because it works on a permanent memory basis. Whatever learnings from your experiences are stored here. So definitely that will help us in doing a good job. And the third part is the neocortex. So basically this neocortex developed around 5 million years ago. So compared to other two part of the brain, neocortex is bit younger part, or still evolution may be able to happen. So so you need little bit of help in this area. So the today's class is basically about the logic thinking, because the neocortex is the area where we use for the logical uh, thinking, and your talking, your imagination, everything. So this is the area we are discussing today. And basically this is the area parents can contribute a lot. Of course, the earlier midbrain also, there is a lot of changes will happen till age of 5. So, but the decision making and the logical and imaginative things happens till the age of 21, which is the part of the neocortex. So there's a lot of contribution parents can always make in this particular area. So you may be wondering why I'm talking about this part of the brain. So this is available for anyone and everyone. If you are having internet, you can search and get all these details. So but as a parent, what we are normally miss out is, see, when a child is scared, they are, or they fight with somebody, or they are avoid, the certain situations, they are not able to do any actions. So basically what happens is, at that situation, the reptilian brain has taken over the child. So the rest of the brain is shut. They are not in operation, because the child thinking capacity, the ability to take decisions, all are still under development. So this is the time the parents have a opportunity to help the child how to handle the situation. So once you can help the child, when they are faced with a dangerous situation. So when reptilian brain will take over, what will happen? Because instead of just blaming the child, you are not good, you are useless, you are all kind of bad words you can tell the child, it won't make any sense. Even child may not even hear those words, because their neocortex or limbic brain, they are not in action. Reptilian brain are already taken over. In a different situation where a child is emotionally overwhelmed, the midbrain or limbic brain takes over the entire function, and the emotionally overwhelmed child, the natural instinct is to kick the defensive mechanism to take care of the person, self-esteem of the person. So there, how to deal with a child in an emotionally overwhelmed state, it is a skill a parent need to get it learned. Many of us didn't have an opportunity to learn those kind of things. Definitely, these are the areas. See, if you are not understanding this, concepts, you may blame the child. Why are you doing this? Why are you behaving like this? Why you are always emotional? See, there's no point in blaming the child. We need to help them to grow from that stage. We should be able to help the child to think at that stage. There are different ways. I'm not going into details. There are different programs. I do also a detailed program for the entire childhood, how to manage. It's called Magic Wand. So, but that is a different topic. But, see, there are a lot of things involved in, handling the children. So having this knowledge is very, very important. What is happening with the child? So neocortex is the area where we are focusing in this talk. So it is the area where we use the logic thinking. we develop the logic thinking through the neocortex. Okay, so let us look at it, how the parents can help in building that the thinking brain for the child. So, see, irrespective of the parents' background, their educational qualification or their economic status, the children are all developed. You can see, excellent brainy children coming from different status of society. And, and the same way that many children are not doing well from a well-to-do families and well-to-do societies. So there is something more than what we are just imagining, the real thing behind the nature is much more considerate for everyone. So actually the parents, father and mother, are the gift of nature for the child, because if you want to develop the logic brain, you need to have different experiences like black and white, hot and cold, good and, so absolute things. You should be able to differentiate the things, big and small, all kind of stuff. So basically, it is our brain developed through experiences. So they need to have different experiences. Once they have the different experience, brain will adapt. The neuronal connections will establish in our brain. So, as a father and mother, what they do, if you really look at it, if you look at it in a natural way, how a father interact with the child, how a mother interact with the child. So basically, the father may play hard with the child. He will encourage the competition. He will encourage the independence. He will tell the child, you have to push the limit. This is not your capacity. He will ask you to take little risk. All kind of stuff. He will tell you, do certain things. But at the same time, if you look at the mother, she will handle the child in a very soft manner. You will encourage the safety, security. She will tell not to take risk. So, lot of things. The mother will tell you things in a very, very descriptive manner. So, basically, if you look at it, it is nature's gift, basically, to develop our brain. So, what I would suggest is, father and mother, be you as who you are. You never change your roles. When you are changing the roles, you are actually, avoiding the opportunity for a child to learn from you.
Sorry to interrupt, George, but we'll start taking the questions from parents in another 5 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thank you. Parents, just keep your questions ready if you have any questions, and just type in the chat box given below.
Okay. Let me show you a video. It is a social experiment by Master Food. So what is parents want versus what children want. So Aish, I need to stop this video and share.
If you could have dinner with anyone, living or dead, who would you choose?
Kylie Minogue.
Oh. Marilyn Monroe. Oh, God, I wouldn't have a clue.
I know, straight up. Paul Hogan.
Kim Kardashian.
No. I'd like to have dinner with Justin Bieber.
What? He's not coming to my house.
No, I'd have Bob Hawke.
Dave Hughes.
Barry Humphries.
Jimi Hendrix.
People who have made a difference in the world, maybe Nelson Mandela at the table.
I don't know what he's going to say. I'm scared.
If you could have dinner with anyone in the world, who would you choose?
Probably our whole family, like our whole extended family. Mum and Dad. Mum and Dad. Does it have to be a celebrity? Could it be family?
We love it. We talk about how school is. We ask Mum and Dad how their day was.
Family.
Yeah, Mum and Dad.
Family. Who would you like to have dinner with? They just want to be with us while they're eating food, which is pretty cool.
They see us above everything. I'm going to get...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bit of a message in it for me.
Yeah.
What are we having for dinner?
Okay, so I think that the message is clear. So let us go to the next share. Okay, one more video. We will have a small discussion after the video.
मत कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी हैं, ये मत कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी, ये मुश्किलों से कह दो मेरा खुदा बड़ा है। आती है आंधियाँ तो कर उनका खैर मकदम, आती है आंधियाँ तो कर उनका खैर मकदम, तूफान से ही तो लड़ने खुदा ने तुझे गढ़ा है। ये मत कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी हैं, ये मुश्किलों से कह दो मेरा खुदा बड़ा है, मेरा खुदा बड़ा है, मेरा खुदा बड़ा है। अग्नि में तप के सोना है और भी निखरता, दुर्गम को पार करके हिमालय कोई चढ़ाए, जाएगी रंग में आखिर तुम्हारी कभी लाएगी रंग में आखिर तुम्हारी होगा विशाल पर्वत वो बीच चूड़ा कहो कैसे मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी ये मुश्किलों से कह दो मेरा खुदा बड़ा है.
Sorry. Okay, so I hope you have understood the message. Definitely, see what happens today. Parents are much anxious. So if you look at the video, the parent is waiting for the child to come up each stage by stage. And somehow we are human, parents are too anxious. We are not willing to wait for our children to, come over the obstacles. So somewhere we need to think about it, because they are all, they won't, all of them won't come up or cross the stages in the same way, but definitely they will come up. But whether you have the patience and confidence in your child, that matters a lot. I think, thank you so much. It's a long time. I had given a small period of time. Thank you, Ayush, for keeping me. Thank you, all of you, for listening and being with me. Yeah, Ayush, over to you.
Yeah, we have a question from Vikas Singh in the chat box.
Okay, one second. Vishal, okay. Okay, so Vishal, thanks for the question. Basically, the question is about what you can do as a parent to build the future of your child. So one thing I want to tell you is, as we once we have a child, we will go down to their level, emotionally connect with them, and help them to be comfortable with the situations. But what happens as the child grows? Child goes much faster, but parents get stuck in the earlier stages. Then it's a question of catching up. Child grows much faster, and the child and the parent is still not able to catch up with the child's needs and demands. So what I can suggest is a small formula. It is called PACE. So this is applicable for all the children, and basically you need to be playful, and that means you need to get engaged with your children whatever they are doing it. Then accept them as what they are without judging. Show curiosity in their physical and mental well-beings. So when I mentioned mental well-beings, their psychological well-beings, their intellectual well-being, their emotional well-beings, and show empathy for whatever they are going through. So they will show empathy to you. Hope I answered the question. Ayush?
Yeah, you'll be able to see the few more questions just below the chat.
Okay. Can you share some key tips, action that you can do and create confidence in kids? So definitely, please follow my Facebook page. I can share in the WhatsApp group. So I keep posting the tips for the children, how parents can interact with, engage with the children. Okay, how to improve the neocortex brain capabilities. Some tips, please. So basically, as I mentioned about how our logics develop in comparison, because see, we have a kind of a misconception about the entire brain function, because it is a bigger topic to discuss, but people will confuse or mix emotion, intellect, and their psychological imagination part. So imagination, intellect, emotion. So they are actually different. So we need to treat them differently. So it's in the bigger topics. Definitely, I am posting many tips for this related to this kind of topics, and I have a program which covers entire gamut of things. So definitely, I can share with you the details. But yeah. So hyper affect the concentrating ability of the child. It's a very, very specialized field. There are a lot of things involved, so I may not be able to give you that answer. Mistake always will develop confidence level or reduce. His correcting mistake always will develop confidence level or reduce. So the question, see, that is something I need to remind all the parents. There is nothing like right or wrong, actually. It's kind of a moral question. So we need to look at it. What they are doing is how effective they are. Whether it is, if a child is preparing for the exam, whatever other things they are doing, whether they are actually helping the child to achieve their goal. It is not parents' goal, it is a child's goal. So you have to see that you are helping the child to succeed. So you are a partner with your child. You are not a headmaster. You are not a supervisor of your child. Your child is as equal as you are. So help them, whatever support you need to give, you can give it. Only basically what I have seen, the children till the age of 20, 21, 22, the decision making capabilities are little less compared to the adults. So everything else, they have everything. The brain is of everything. So help them take that decision. So in my book, I focused one thing very, very prominently is we should help our children to see take decision based on the possibilities, not on the limitations. See, most of the children, they decide that they can do or they cannot do certain things based on the limitations. I don't have this, I don't have that. So that is something we need to, that thought process need to be changed. We need to tell them that what is the possibilities, whether you are looking at a more better possibility, that is the reason that you are not able to, you don't want to do this. So it's another bigger discussion possibilities. We can have another webinar for that also too, Okay, so I think that is mainly. If I missed anything important question, anything.
Yeah, so yeah, parents, if you have any further questions, there's a contact number given of Mr. George Matthew and his email ID. You can further contact him and get your questions cleared.
So thank you all. I would request your feedback on this program. I will share my Facebook page in the WhatsApp group. Please do give me feedback. That is your encouragement and the comments, which definitely will be in doing more programs and help more parents. Thank you.
So thank you, George, for such a motivating and an informative session. I am sure all parents present here must have had something to learn from it.
Thank you.
Thank you, parents, for taking out time from your busy schedule on a Saturday morning and being present with us. And thank you once again to everyone present here. It was a pleasure hosting you all. Thank you and have a good day.
Thank you.
Yeah.